your overall services.
All right, I'll start first.
Yes.
All right, Lionel Thomas, real estate appraiser, born and raised in Ontario, California. I've been an appraiser since 2003. I'm a second generation appraiser. I actually got my real estate license in 2016, and I got what's called an appraisal management company license for California, Texas, and Tennessee in 2019 and 2020. I've been blessed to be married for a very long time, have 3 lovely daughters, and just a hard worker and ready to serve you and your family.
Thank you. All right, TR, the long guy.
Can you follow that up?
Yeah.
All right. All right. My name is TR McCarthy, a.k.a. TR the long guy, a.k.a. the mortgage goat, mortgage broker for Scepter Mortgage. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much for that. And
You're very welcome.
You mentioned several times about property, the valuation and the value, and we can't talk about that without thinking about the appraiser,
Yes.
which is the one that works with the lender that goes out to make sure that what, are we getting qualified for, what we're purchasing is worth that collateral equals that obligation. And so, Lionel, so yeah, if you want to expound a little bit.
All right, so based on those 3 loan programs, the first one, which was just a cash out refinance, that means that the appraiser would come out and determine the current value of the home, right?
That's correct.
Based on that report, the lender would be able to know what the loan to debt ratio is for that particular project or that particular home buyer or home owner. The second scenario, where it's a renovation loan, then the appraiser is going to consider what the home is worth, in addition to if you are going to be adding a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom ADU or a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom ADU or whatever your city allows.
Yes.
Then he's going to pick comps based on what it's going to be, which is known as repaired or speculative, like a speculative value.
Right.
So out of those 2, I would obviously suggest to do the renovation loan because you're going to get a higher value based on those details. And then the third one was home equity line of credit, which they're not, some circumstances they don't even use appraisals now. They use like AVMs or another process.
That's true.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it might be a little cheaper, but I don't know if that is the accurate valuation that you're looking to get done.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for that, gentlemen. New construction, new housing, and right now, energy efficiency is very important, and it definitely comes out when we're upgrading our homes and building ADUs. So, Lionel, if you can kind of jump in and add some valuable information.
All right, add value. Well, to kind of piggyback on the reverse mortgage first, I think adding ADU there, obviously you're going to increase the equity.
Yes.
And in the future, once the ADU is completed, you could, after post-death of family member, refinance easier because the house is worth more. There should be, I guess, a higher loan-to-value ratio, and the property would be generating double income rather than just a single-family income. So that seems to be good, but obviously there could be income restrictions based on the jurisdiction you're located in, so do your research there.
Exactly.
One thing about ADUs that people may or may not realize is it's kind of like a retirement,
Yes.
almost better than a retirement. Because if the jurisdiction allows you, you can rent that property out and
Yes.
receive a better return than
Yes.
a lot of investments.
Exactly.
And it's right on your site.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And people are investing out of state, and it's like, okay, but in California, we talk about how expensive the real estate is, but you actually can get a brand new 3-bedroom, 2-bath home for $200,000, not have to travel, not be out of state, and be able to utilize it for your family and be close to take care of loved ones. Lionel was very interested to add AI, which is a very hot topic now. I've
Yes.
added it to my business. I am helping my clients utilize it. But I'm very interested to see from the real estate appraiser side what you have to say about AI.
Well, I think it's a cool tool for sure.
Yeah.
From what I understand of how it operates, it's basically the knowledge of the internet, pulled into an easy search engine.
Right.
We've been really using the AI for a long time.
Yes.
We just didn't call it AI.
Exactly.
Because whenever you use a search engine, you're looking for answers.
Exactly.
You're seeking answers. And
Exactly.
I get it that there's politics behind it. But one thing I've enjoyed about it is just it's a good problem solver. I'm trying to think how I use it recently. Just this morning, I have my oldest daughter. I'm trying to figure out summer plans for her.
Right.
So I wrote a little thing about her and asked the AI, what should I do for summer plans for my daughter? And it gave me like 7 beautiful things that we could do. And I was like, wow. And I showed my wife, and she was like, wow. And so I feel like it's really beneficial to a family, but to stick it to real estate. Recently, I found a manufactured home for sale actually in and Phelan.
Okay.
In the high desert.
Yes.
And it's a fixer. I think the asking price was like $250. And I kind of asked AI, like, what would be the return on investment if this was purchased? And I put the market rent in there, and it easily in seconds gave me a full mathematical breakdown. And it's great. It was profitable, and I thought I need to share this with someone.
Exactly.
You know, but some things that even though with my years of experience I would never really write out and do, it just really articulates it very well and very quickly, and gives me helps me make a plan that I can share with people for that specific property situation.
And I found the very same thing in being able to just kind of dictate my thoughts and say, okay, how would I explain this better? How could I explain this better? Yeah. And although it's easier to edit than it is sometimes to get past that writing block. Yeah. And especially when we're talking about things. Yes. But there's tools that's associated with AI that will help the average person.
Can I ask something? So there's an appraisal product called an AVM.
Okay.
Automated valuation model. And it's kind of like AI.
Well, I use it all the time.
Yeah, that's why I was proposing it to you. Yes, so we've been using AVMs on the front end and on the back end of the mortgage market. Trusted.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Who questions it?
But you know why? It's because that particular AVM, the AI you're talking about, is using the last 30 years of data from all of these different appraisals that you guys put in the system. And so they put them together and say, okay, historically, let's just say for the last 10 years, this is what the trend has been. So they utilize that and said, this is what this is going to be for. And so I use that in the beginning of a process. And then sometimes I don't need to get an appraisal because we can take that. And sometimes we do need to get an appraisal. And I love to see how accurate it is. Right? I love to see how accurate it is. And sometimes it comes back almost spot on. Sometimes it's actually lower. And sometimes you guys come back more. So, but for the most part, it's in the ballpark.
Well, can we say the AVM doesn't know that you just remodeled your kitchen?
It does not.
It doesn't know that you just put a pool in the backyard.
It does not.
It doesn't know you spent $30,000 on the roof.
Does
right?
Not.
So those are things that an appraiser can discuss, and disclose in a report. And I'm not saying AVMs are bad, but what I am saying is here, I guess what I was trying to get to is they've waived, let's say, thousands of appraisals across America based on AVMs. And the conversation about AI is kind of saying like, oh, we don't trust this thing.
Like it's new.
Like it's new, and like we don't trust
it.
But in reality,
we have
been using it.
Yes.
But the thing I will say is this. You guys are talking about AI and how you used it. I have used it just recently to help write a script for something I'm about to put on. Now, again, it was very descriptive. However, I had to make some corrections because it did make some errors.
Yeah, exactly.
It had some stuff in it that was not true.
Yeah, exactly.
But so you have to be careful and make sure you go back. And like you said, it's easy to edit it.
Yes.
Then to make sure it's correct. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, because the writing block is you articulated that perfectly.
Yes. We need to take another break and to continue our conversation. So please stay with us. We'll come back, talk more real estate, more AI, more trending topics.
You mean a pre-sale appraisal?
Pre-sale appraisal and things you can do to kind of boost our price.
Yeah, a lot of times executors of trust will reach out to me because, they have the responsibility to sell this thing for the correct price. They're getting cash offers and all kinds of stuff all over the place. So they're seeking, I guess, I don't want to say seeking wisdom like I'm some wizard, but they're seeking experience.
You're very wise at what you do. Very wise at what you do.
Yeah, well, I want to be humble. But so I'll go out and do an appraisal inspection. And during the appraisal inspection, obviously, I'll walk around the exterior of the home. I'll document and explain to them any safety hazards that are there, like maybe if there's a trip hazard in the slab, or maybe the condenser is not working. Like if it's tenant occupied, I'll ask the tenant, like, hey, is the heater working? It's kind of like a third party is there, and I'm just really there to document the condition of the property. So the questions I'm asking don't come off awkward. They know it's my job, and it is what it is. But, simple things like, does the property have a smoke detector? Does it have a carbon monoxide detector? Is there safety straps on the hot water heater? Some of these really simple things. Straps. Because those are state requirements, and your home wouldn't qualify for financing without those things. But, in every market I'm seeing right now, like you said earlier, there's an extremely low supply of homes for sale, which is leading to high values. In addition to the appraisal inspection, I do what's called a LiDAR floor plan for them. Right. Where I use my iPad and use a laser measure, and I give them a laser accurate depiction of the floor plan, which people really like now.
Okay.
Usually, Yeah, is that a good answer?
Yeah, that's a great answer. I just want to add that the value in getting the appraisal inspection before sale has really impacted and benefited my clients. In one instance, we were able to get that report and look at it and utilize the $20,000 to improve the property.
Oh, make repairs?
Make
that's what this is for?
repairs and different things, and actually resulted in selling the property for $100,000 more than I originally listed it for.
Yeah.
But like granted versus courts now, big money difference.
To me, they're both updated. Like if they're updated within last year, that's what I'm focused on. That they've been updated, not the specific material that was used.
Okay. Popcorn ceilings, no popcorn ceilings.
That is going to be a buyer concern, I think, more than an appraisal concern.
Okay.
It could be a safety concern, assuming that it's not encased up there in the paint.
Okay.
But for me, on my appraisals, I'm not. There's going to be no value difference from popcorn to no popcorn.
Okay, flooring, the laminate versus hardwood, all that. We just talking cosmetic.
I would document if it was done within the last year or last 5 years or last 15 years, but the material you choose is the material you choose.
Okay, and
That's good to know.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times, we're only able to upgrade property or know what the condition of the property is once it goes on the market. That's, like Compton is a pre-sale city where, you have to go in and they have to look, because this is the only time they get jurisdiction to go in and say those floor furnaces are not to be used, that there's a safety hazard with the water heater and all this. And so when you're looking at that, are you finding any advice that you can give to people, when they want to upgrade the property so we don't run into lender requirements? At the end, we're trying to get qualified.
Yeah, trying to close the deal. Surprise, no carbon
FHA
monoxide.
or VA loan.
Yeah. Well, so in my appraisal, I'll discuss with them the most common financing for that market. So in the appraisal, to say, there's been 30 FHA finance sales, 10 conventional finance sales, 3 cash sales. So that the seller or the owner or the executor knows the most common financing there.
That's
and
great.
To be honest, I don't, people may read that or may not read it. I don't know. But my appraisals are filled with a ton of details, more than anyone. All they look at is a number. Okay, it's worth, $10 million. Okay, we're good. Close that thing. Let's talk to this other guy.
Yeah, until we get down in escrow and it becomes an issue.
Yes.
This has been a great session, and I really appreciate you guys. We need to take another break and then come back and wrap up. But stay with us, and so you can know how to reach out to us for further information to help you on your specific property. Welcome back to the International Wealth Builders Radio Show with your host, Dr. Sharon Barnes. I hope you have found this session to be very informative, and we are here again to serve our community. So we're going to let you know how to reach out to us to get more information and to get help with your specific projects. Mr. Lionel.
All right. If you go on YouTube and search Lionel Thomas Real Estate, you'll see at least 100 of my videos. My website is newmanthomas.com. My cell phone number direct is 909-510-3353. Thank you.